All right, it's 25 minutes before 9 here on the program. To be hosted in Africa for the very first time, the Global Citizen Festival will celebrate the centenary year of former President Nelson Mandela on the 2nd of December and honor his legacy in the fight to end extreme poverty. Global Citizen is a movement where individuals are using their collective voices to end extreme poverty by 2030. International supermodel and honorary grandchild of Nelson Mandela, Naomi Campbell, and co-founder of Global Citizen, Hugh Evans, are both in studio with us to tell us a little bit more about the event and, of course, their involvement in it. Both of you, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
There's much excitement here at Morning Live. You know, whenever anybody gets excited, the chaos starts reigning supreme. So
is that right?
Everybody can take a deep breath now. You are here and we can talk. And it's so nice. This is the first people that you're talking to. So welcome.
You're the first. You're the first.
Good.
Thank you, Leanne, for having us.
It's such a pleasure. So, big, exciting announcements were made yesterday, but I think it all came with a bunch of rumors and murmurings and mutterings as to who's going to be performing. I'm going to get to that in a short while. First, talk to us about this initiative. How does it work? What's it all about?
So, Global Citizen, Leanne, is a worldwide movement dedicated to the eradication of extreme poverty by 2030. And Naomi and I, and Naomi, as she was named as the honorary granddaughter of the late Madiba, actually said that this year, given it's Nelson Mandela's 100th anniversary, wanted to commit the Global Citizen Festival this year to honour his legacy. He said in one of his final speeches in Trafalgar Square, he said, overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity, but an act of justice. And so we focus on the systemic cause of poverty, not just the charitable initiatives. And he also said, like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural, it's man-made and can be overcome by the actions of human beings. And so we focus on actions. The thing that makes Global Citizen Festival unique is you can't buy a ticket. You have to earn your way in through your action. In what you learn, say, give, buy or do, all of your actions earn you points, and you can use those points to come to the Global Citizen Festival for free.
That is the most incredible initiative. I absolutely love what that stands for. And obviously so do you, Naomi, because I mean, you put your name to it, you put your heart into this. But I want to take it back to the beginning, because it was Tata Madiba that inspired you. And you've said it over and over again, that he is the first person that inspired you to embark on this charitable journey that you're on.
I wasn't really understanding of what I was doing when I met Tata here in Johannesburg. And basically he would start to send me out and around to different hospitals and different townships. And I guess that's what you call nowadays philanthropy, which that word is not a word that we used then. And I liked what I was doing, and that was the most important thing. And I liked what he was teaching me and showing me and opening my eyes to.
Yeah. And the feeling that you got inside when you did it. I mean, how did it change you?
It's something that something that no one can tell you and how you're going to feel, and you have to learn as you go along, because I used to cry all the time. And Tata taught me that crying was not great, because you would upset the kids. Didn't know why you were crying. They thought they'd upset you, and they got illnesses that are incurable. So, really, I had to control my emotions.
I saw a documentary last night, and it's yet to be released here in South Africa. It's about the 100-year celebration of Nelson Mandela. There's a quote that he told one of his comrades, Jesse Duarte, and they were traveling in a car. And Naomi, I think you'll relate to this. He was saying in the car to her, after he'd just come from a crowd of people that were screaming and shouting and just wanting to touch him, hug him, revere him, and make him something that he wasn't. And he said, it is so easy to see yourself as a god, when in actual fact, you really are not. And for you, that must be true as well. You've been doing this since you were 15 years old, and people look at you like you are an absolute icon. But to come down and actually get real with the people.
Well, I think for me, having people like Tata in my life, and my mother and my family, has kept me grounded. And I've always been someone where I'm not someone that takes compliments very easily. So for me, it's like going one ear and out the other. It doesn't stop my drive and my strife and my passion for still things I wanted to do. I've never been someone that rested on my laurels. I've done this, now I can take it easy. I would continue. like I'm continuing. Like in my business, you shouldn't be, they say 11 years, you're model for 11 years, that's peak.
Yeah.
But it's 32 years. So really, for me, it's about your drive, your passion, what you feel you want to commit yourself to. And I'm really happy to be a part and blessed to be a part of this initiative, Global Citizen, in producing this event for Nelson Mandela for 100 years. He deserves it.
Yeah, he really does. Music. It's not something foreign to Madiba and the legacy of Madiba. There used to be the 46664 concerts that he absolutely loved. He would walk onto that stage and it would erupt. There were concerts at Wembley Stadium, Free Mandela. I mean, those were the concerts that got the message out to the world, what was happening here in South Africa. And now we celebrate him again through music. Talk to us about this concert. What are we going to expect?
Well, as you say, music has always been the great uniter. And it's often been the biggest driver of social change. So if you cast back to the movements in the 1800s in Britain to abolish the slave trade, the song Amazing Grace was actually written by a slave trader who decided to repent and give it all up and say, amazing grace to save a wretch like me, And so I think that you saw it during the anti-apartheid movement. You saw the March to Pretoria. You saw this great eruption of protest songs. And I think that music right now, we need an anthem to end extreme poverty, and that's why this year is so important. And so we're so excited. Today at 10:30, we're going to be announcing at our press conference the lineup for the 2018 Global Citizen Festival Mandela 100. I can tell you it is going to be the biggest festival we at Global Citizen have ever produced. We are so excited about it. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
I mean, you've been going since 2012, is that right?
That's right.
I mean, I was looking at the lineup that you've done. I mean, it started in the US.
That's right.
And it's just gone. And you created different aspects to it, where it goes to different countries as well. And now you've added South Africa. Can you give us something? Anything?
Well, what I can tell you is that Chris Martin, who's the curator from the musicals of Coldplay,
yeah.
He is the most amazing human being. He called me up when the United Nations was launching the Sustainable Development Goals, and he said, Hugh, we know that we want to launch these goals on stage at Global Citizen. He said, I want to make a 15-year commitment to the movement. I'm going to curate a new festival in a new country every year for the next 15 years. First year, Coldplay and Jay-Z went to India. Last year, to the G20 in Hamburg with Pharrell and Shakira. But this year, I can tell you, will be by far the biggest lineup we've ever had. So you're going to be excited. I can tell you, it's going to be epic.
I've already got like butterflies in my stomach. But I'm going to manipulate you a little bit, Naomi.
There's no one that wants to say. No one's really saying no to Tata. Do you know what I mean?
It's exactly. Like, so saying,
it's someone. If they hadn't met him, or they did meet him, they all understand the significance of his 100 years.
Yeah,
it's true.
So, you said you liked my nail colour.
Yeah, I like your nail
I'll
colour.
give you the name of my colour.
I'm not telling you. I do this with my own foundation too. I never tell.
You never tell. The secret
Whoever
is safe with you.
comes up. That's what's great about getting your tickets.
It is exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So 10:30 this morning, we're going to find out if, and I'm not downplaying anybody else, but I think South Africa is buzzing with bees, talking about the beehive coming to South Africa. That's all I'm saying. I have to ask you on a side note as well. Winnie Mandela, you wrote a beautiful, beautiful little tribute to her, saying goodbye to her, Winnie Madikizela Mandela. You loved her, didn't you?
I did very much.
Yeah.
And I always made it a point when I came to South Africa and I saw Tata, I would go and visit her. I'm very close to Zinzi, so I'd always go because I realized without her, we wouldn't know about Granddad.
Yeah.
We wouldn't know what he went through in those years. We know through her. Mm. So when people say to me, oh, we're writing this story about Mandela, and I'm like, well, have you spoken to Mama Winnie? Because without Mama Winnie, there's no story.
Yeah.
You're only going to get a part of the story.
Yeah.
And I remember when he told me that, he wrote his Long Life to Freedom on post stamps and put them in a book so they could get it, so she could take it out. And so, I mean, she's just a significant hero to this country and to women around the world.
Yeah. Do you still light a candle for him every day?
I light a candle for him and for her.
And for her now.
Tea candle, yeah.
It's beautiful.
I did, yeah.
Thank you. Thank
you for
talking to
having us.
I want to
Thank
keep
you.
you here all morning, but I'm being selfish because I know you've got to pop over to our sister station, Metro FM. So if you want to hear more about this, tune in to Metro FM as well, and you can hear Naomi again, and of course the wonderful.
So you're going to
person
be
behind
there.
You better believe it.
Yeah.
But I better do some good tasks.
Yeah,
before
you're going to
I
have
get
to earn
there.
your way.
Yeah, I'm going to do some good things. Don't you worry. I will be there in all my glory. Global Poverty Project, Hugh Evans on the Global Citizen Movement. We thank you for bringing this to South Africa. And Naomi, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so
for
much.
having us.
Thank you, Leanne. Thank
our
you.
father's legacy alive, because that's exactly what he is to us as well. Thank you.
Thank you
very,
so
very
much.
much
Thank you,
for being
Leanne.
with
Thank
us.
you.
All right, all the details were revealed at 10:30 this morning. I can only imagine that people's eyes are going to be glued to Twitter where all that information will come out. Is the bee coming to make some honey here or not? That's the question. We'll see you after the break. Stay tuned.